Good afternoon, dear student. So today I'm going to start a new thing to you, which is for your exam is also important and as per your syllabus, that is the societal impact. Societal impacts that we find it that what we will going to learn today. Okay, first we will see the digital footprint. Next we will know about the net and communication equities. After that we will going to see about the data protection, how can we protect our data. Then we will see the intellectual property right, that is IPR. After that today we will going to discuss about the plagiarism, license, copyright, all these things. And then we will see about the free and open softwares. These are open software system, FOSS. These are the things that we will going to learn today, and we will going to see that how they are working and how we can get the information from here. So let's start our class. So let us start. First, we will see about the digital footprint. So what is a digital footprint? Digital footprint means what? That are data that you left behind when the user have online. That means when you are in the online, always we think that we are not having the data, we are not keeping the data, but we know without our knowing what we do, that we keep the data in that particular machine or in the particular device. Okay, those the data that we keep in the particular device or in the particular machines that we can find, that there we can divide it, those the things into two sections. What is that? One, we say it is a digital footprint. This is the two way of digital footprints, that are the things that we keep, that is said as a digital footprints. Okay, those the digital footprint what we keep, and how we are working. That means we footprint means what, the steps that we keep. Okay, so here also we keep these steps, and based on these steps what we can find, what we can see, that anyone can trace the person, what the person is doing and what the person is working. Now there is what, an active digital footprint and passive digital footprint. So an active digital footprint is where the user is deliberately sharing the information about themselves, either by using the social sites or any using websites. And next what we can see, that there is a passive digital footprint. Passive digital footprint means when we are collecting the information is collected from where without the person is doing what is happening. That is what we say is a passive digital footprint. Now examples of active digital footprint: posting the Instagram. Suppose when you are posting your Instagram, when you are doing the Facebook, when you are doing the different type of Instagram, Twitter, all these things in your social media platform, that is one of the form. Filling up your online form, when you are doing filling up your online form, sending those email addresses and okay, then you are agreeing for cookies to be installed in your device. These are what, active digital footprint. Passive digital footprint: website that install the cookies in the device without disclosing that it is to be installed. Apps, what we can find, that there is a website of the geology location, to point your location. There is a social media channel advised to share and communicate the profile with us and serve the advertisement based on our interest, isn't it? So when we find it, when we see it, that we have those things. So how this digital footprint has been used for the marketing purpose. This the digital footprint is used for the marketing purpose by the cyber shadow. Cyber shadow is a crime channel. crime part. Okay, cyber shadow. So electronic footprints or the digital footprint shadows are they collect it. Okay, when you are suppose exchanging your amount or transferring the money, or you are sending your social information, social media information, so they collect it from there, and generally they collect with the help of an tracking cookies. There are cookies means some small software programs they give there. Okay, with those software programs, what they find, they are sending those data, and it will again return back the information to the receiver. So GPS, geographical position server, is there, so relevant to the data. Now when you are sharing your data, when we find it that you are sharing the data, visiting to the popular sites, you are clicking on the popular sites, automatically by your unknowing also you are sharing your data. So popular sites, what we can find that data can be retrieved, and we can get back the different pattern of advertisements. Okay, so next day when we open our search engine, that ads automatically pop up. Okay, booking our tickets, etc., etc. So this is the things what we can find, that we have all these things. So why should we care about managing the digital footprint? For reason: to protect our reputations. Because why protect your reputations? Because by the name of you, some other person do all the illegal activities, and the name comes yours. Okay, so that to be protected, to make safe the personal information, your information cannot be traced, your money cannot be taken out for that particular purpose, by your name different type of loans, and the other thing will going to not be traced. That recently you know that the thing is happening in your mobile. Frequently the message comes from Flipkart, all these things. If you by default click anything, now who is sending? Flipkart is sending? No, Flipkart or your that Byju's, etc., etc., all these different online marketing accounts from there. That means they are sending? No, there is a fake person who is an tracing your number, and on your number he is sending. He give the order, and he send the particular thing in your number. So by default, if you accept it and if you do it, what will happen? Your every money will be shifted. Okay, so that is what we have to prevent your financial loss. Just now what I said, you have to prevent your freedom also. Now risks due to the digital footprint, what privacy concern is not there, scheme different pattern of schema is there, then identity theft can be, and fake of websites can be there. So how to manage the footprint? First and foremost, when you enter into the several search engine, enter the name into a several search engine, double click privacy setting, but don't trust them. Okay, create the strong and memorable password, keep your software up to date. Okay, keep your software up to date, review your mobile, and delete the useless file, temp file, build the reputations through the behavior. So this is what we can see. The next we comes to the net or communication etiquettes. Net etiquettes or communication etiquettes is in a short, what we say, an internet etiquette. So internet etiquette means the communication etiquettes over the internet. So just like the etiquette, a code for polite behaviors in the society, then your good conductions of the behavior of internet. Okay, so in it includes what several aspects of the internet, different pattern of aspects of the social medias that you were using, emails, okay, online chats, etc., etc. Those the formulas, websites that we can find, that multiple player gaming, and all these things that we can find it here. So net or communication etiquettes, what you should do, what you should not do. You should keep your message and post in a brief, use the directions from where you are getting, portray the personal information, obey what is the copy law. Okay, what are the rules and law you must obey to help other to for this particular work, respects other people privacy, don't do any type of illegal work, verify the factors of the responsibilities, check the messages the promptly, thanks other for your helping you, show the good sportsman spirits when you are paying. Now what you should not do, you should not post the inflammatory or offense comment. Okay, you should responding to the internet troller, do not respond it. Posting the private thing is embarrassing to all everyone, image or any type of comment, don't do it. Name or an express offensive opinion, that what we can find it, that should not be there. Execute the people or talk behind them in a back, stick on the topic, and spams and other thing what is selling, you should avoid all these things. Now data protection, how you can protect your data, referring to the practices of the safeguards, the building of the setting the rules of a place to protecting our personal information, and that is remaining in control. In short, we should able to decide whether or not we want to share some information, who has access it, for how long, for what reason, and be able to modify some of this particular information, and more. Okay, so consequences of unprotected data and browsers. So what we do, surfing for the security benchmark, physical data loss, then hit with a virus, target by tracking. Okay, that you can be tracked, and you can be hacked by the hackers. Surfer or the DDoS means distributed denial of service, loss of money, that can be of an intellectual property risk, can be damage of the downtime. So all these things can be there, and they can be having all these things. Now when we are having, when we protect our personal data online through the encrypted data mode, we should keep the password private, don't over share the social networking and internet, use of the security software, avoids the phishing of email, be wise about the wi-fi system, isn't it? So be alert to the in interpersonal matter, safe of your personal information. So now we come to the intellectual property. What do you mean by this particular intellectual property? Intellectual property is a property that creates by a person or a group of a person, using their own intellectual ultimate use of the comments, which is already not available in the public domain. So that means that is not available. For example, what that IP, for example, IP property, intellectual property are like invitation related to the products, designing of the product, literacy of the product, artistic work, a trademark, isn't it? Your logo, your symbols, everything. Like different company has got their different patent rights, like you that cannot be theft, isn't it? Like the companies, big companies, we can find it, we can find some people are thieving their thing, just changing one letter from there, or changing little bit of the symbol. Like Nike, we have seen it, a lot of copyrights, their copyrights has been stolen, isn't it? And Nike in place of NIK has been written, symbol is that, logo is that. Okay, to save themselves from the law, they are doing all these things, but by their name they are selling their goods, and they are having the name of that particular company. This way we can find lot of things like duckback, everything, lot of duckback companies there, like our many other Indian companies also we do find it, like Lijjat Papad, Lijjat company, Lijjat, Amul is one of the things that we can find, AMUL, Amul, instead of it is writing AMAL. And that symbol, that girl symbol is there, and sending the thing. So this is what we can find, that our intellectual property, government has given there the rights, and based on that rights, no one can theft it. But this is what they are finding out, the thieves who are always finding out different type of measures, and to do this. So what should why should be ip protect? Ip should be protect because this is the address that can be exploited and owner. Suppose you are doing a very good marketing. Now by your name, what we can find, a bad product came in a market. So what happened? Your reputation, your good product will not be purchased by anyone. Your bad reputation will going to come in a market. That will be then ip owner may intend to shop to the other manufacturers and selling their services and duly protecting them. ip owner can sell the license of the ip commercial that they are gaining. Ip can be establish a goodwill of the particular brand. Ip can be mentioned to resume a creator and thus show the competence of the creator. IP certifies the establishment of the legal validity of this particular owner who is working. Okay, so this is the things. That means kind of IPRs, IP protection rules. What is there? The patent right is one of the protected rule. Patent Act. Then Trademark Act. There we do find a Trademark Act. What is the trademark? The sign, the logo, the labels, all these trademarks. Then what we can find, that designed to protect the ornamental configuration. Ornamental means design. Okay, next what we have, geographical indicators to protect the region that you will going to access under this particular region only. So geographical indicator. Copyright to protect the literacy of the artistic word, what is there. So this is what we can find. Now IPR Act, this particular accommodate with the provisions of li- um, legations of the country specifications. That means there we can find it, that IPR can be protected and can be monopolized as the act. Some of them are that a Patent Act comes on 1970, Design Act come on 2000, Trademark Act come on 1999, Geographical Indication Good Right Act 1999, Copyright Act 1957. Okay, protection of the integrated circuit and designs Act 2000. Protection of the plant variants and farming rights came on 2001, to trade in a proper way. Plagiarism. What do you mean by now plagiarism? Plagiarism means act to present the words, idea, image. Just now I have said, suppose Nike company or any other, our Hamdard company, isn't it? So Banful company, so many companies, Indian companies, we do find that there are so many persons in different area by that same type of logo or same type of word sounding, just changing one two letter from here to there, they are selling their goods, isn't it? So this is what we say a plagiarism, thefting or creating the expressions, other expressions you are taking and working with your own. The word plagiarism derived from the Latin word plagiari. Plagiari means which, kidnap or abduct. Okay, kidnap or abduct. So this is the things what we can find. So why it is important to understand plagiarism? Plagiarism is stealing of the intellectual property. Plagiarism means is cheating. Plagiarism means academic offense. Plagiarism is academic theft. Okay, so two type of plagiarisms are there. One is an international plagiarism, intentional plagiarism. One is unintentional plagiarism. Intentional plagiarism, by knowing you are copywriting the other work, by knowing you are borrowing or buying the assignment, you are doing cut copy paste of the electronic resources, you are downloading the access link of the work. And unintentional plagiarism, not know but not knowing, suppose one in India, one is in other countries doing, but they has the same structure. Okay, creating careless about the copycat paste area. The quoting that you are giving, that is excessive for it, that failure of us of our own voice. So this is what we can find. So how we can avoid it? We can use our own idea, we can use the city's sources, we must know about them when we are using that, what the idea you are using, where from we are getting it. Then we should rewrite the other ideas in your own. That should not be careful about the notes that you are giving, developing your own ideas. Okay, and own skill. This is what we can find, that we have this particular thing. Now what we can say, that software license means I am giving you a license, only you can use it, other person cannot use it. So this is what you are getting. You are providing a legal building guiding license, based on which you can do the work. Suppose you have a software, now you have got a license on that. Now whom to give, that totally depend on you. Okay, where to give. So benefits, what we can find, those the license is uni license, software agency laws, right of the software can be saved your money, and receive around the clock supporting license. So this is the thing that we can find. Next, what we can find, software and copyright. Software and copyright means the software that we are using, what is the copyright, like we are using at this moment the software, the copyright what is there, how the company is providing the copyright, what is the authorization of the copyright, how to open those free software that are available in the market. So our resources, our different type of resources that we can find, that we have a different type of protection act. So we have to protect it, we have to work on it. This is the protection that we can find it. We can make this protection, and we can have this protection, and we can make the agreement fulfill. So difference between the license and copyright. Copyright is a type of an intellectual property protection, and license means, this often comes, license means a kind of a risk control measure that can be applied to control the copyright loss of explosion. So the licensor can grant the permission that usually take from the license agreement to use the copyrights. The agreement specify the exact material to be used for the purpose that we are getting it. Okay, free and open source, FOSS, free and open source software. Free and open source software means, in our software world, in our internet world, we get lot of softwares are there which are also free, isn't it? So software that allows the user not only to run freely the program for any purpose, but also provide to access to the source code. So moreover, what we can find it, that it also allows us to modify as we wish, and distribute the copy of the original versions to the alerting divisions. Now following some criteria, we have to, obviously we have to follow what, source code must be included. Anyone that is there need to modify the codes, modifying of the versions to be redistribute, that the license is required that to be accessed properly, and it must be free. So this is what we can find it. Now examples of some free and open software, like Linux, Ubuntu is an operating system, free operating system. DBMS, MySQL, MongoDB, SQL, all these programs are there, like Java, Python, PHP, all these are there. Internet Explorer that we can find, and that Firefox and all these are they are available. So this is the thing that we can find, that we have all these things. So type of software that we are using. So free softwares, that means those which are freely accessible. We can get those software, we can use the software, we can do the changes, we can copy it, we can distribute it. All this work when we can do, that is a free software that provides you a freedom to work it, no cost is required. And open software means what, those which can be freely used, but there what we can find for redistribution, to copying, to improving, you cannot do it further. If you want to do this work, you have to pay for it, isn't it? The source code what is available with the guidelines, we can find it, those the distribution of the softwares, that is open and free for us. So this what we can see, they are there. So type of what, type of softwares means Property software, so these softwares are neither open nor freely available. Person who has developed, he himself give this permission. Free software, this is available and they can be copied, distributed, but no modification is allowed. And share software means software which are freely available, you can purchase it, you can go it after the expiry, you have to purchase it. Okay, those the things that we can find, you have to do, and you have to work on it. So this is how we can find it, that we have those particular pattern of software, and we can use those software for the different pattern of uses. Okay, different pattern of uses. So this is what about our software is. So here I am ending my today's session here on the societal impact. Thank you all.